Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go over the writing and grammar interactive notebook for an analytical essay. So you're going to be learning what an analytical essay is, and you're going to be figuring out how to write an essay with it. So I'm going to open up to my table of contents. So there it goes, it focused. So you should already have your race strategy in your table of contents. Then you're going to be adding what is an analytical essay, hat mat introduction, body paragraph for analytical essay, conclusion, standard 5 paragraph essay outline, and you should already have that written in on page 7. If you want, you can pause the video and go ahead and write this in really quick so you already have it. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn. You should have your table of contents page already set up. And your first page should actually be your race activity flipbook. If you don't have the race activity flipbook, let's say you lost it, you don't know what you did with it, just go ahead and write the notes for what the RACE stand for on that page. So the next page, this is page number 2, you're going to title it, What is an Analytical Essay? So an analytical essay is written to carefully examine and evaluate a work of literature by discussing its basic components. So you're looking at basically what are the components that make that piece of literature. So you're taking the page that says theme, setting, plot, character, etc., and you're gluing it on the part where it says those words, and you should have already cut the tabs like you see here, and you want to make sure you don't glue the white part because you want it to lift up just like that. So you're only going to be gluing on the blue. If you cut on the line, you're just going to be gluing it really close to each other. So when you flip the tabs over, you can see that the notes that we took, the fill in the blank, should be going next to it. So the one that says identify any major and minor themes should go next to theme. The one that says what sense does the setting explore should go next to setting. Notice how they fit perfectly. Now the plot one doesn't fit perfectly. It's a little too big. So what you want to do is you want to fold it in half, and you're going to only glue the top part down to the page, and the other part is going to come down like a little drop down box. So you can see it, mine comes down just like this. I glued that page and now it drops down. Okay. Character was also really big. In fact, it was so big that you're going to be folding it a little bit differently. Instead of folding it in half, you're going to be folding it into thirds. And I went ahead and glued the middle section down so that the other two flaps kind of just fold on top of each other. And then when you get to point of view is another drop down. So you just fold it in half, glue the top part, and then the bottom part will drop down. And then tone fits perfectly. If you need to repeat that, just go ahead and go back and rewatch it. Okay, so going to the next page, which is page number 3. You'll see that we're continuing the what is an analytical essay. So now you're taking your symbolism page, so symbolism, style, voice, figurative language, and you're gluing down that side. Again, you're not gluing the white tabs because those tabs you don't want to glue down. You want them to flip just like this. So symbolism, style, and voice, they fit perfectly, but figurative language does not. So here you see that the symbolism one fits very well. You can literally just paste it right on. Same with the style and voice. So that one is fine too. Pretty much all of them will fit almost perfectly. Make sure you're putting the correct ones with those categories, so look carefully. Now, figurative language, again, you're doing the same thing like the character one, and you are going to be folding it in thirds and gluing in the middle. Again, you can always rewind if you are confused and you need to see which one goes with what category. Now we're on page 4, and so this is where the hat mat introduction is. So here you have hat mat. Now, if you already colored these, the different colors, that's okay, I guess. You're just going to have to pay more attention, but you really should have colored them the same color as me. So that's red, blue, green, orange, purple, and yellow. So if you flip all of these over, again, you're gluing them the same way. When you flip them over, you're going to see that the notes kind of all go where they're supposed to go. So the one for hook goes with the hook, the one with the author goes with the one with the person, the one with the title goes with the title, the characters have the stick figures, the summary has the paragraphs, and the thesis has the star. So you're going to be wanting to glue those in. If you need to take notes, I would do that right now because I'm going to go over them pretty quickly in class. So go ahead, pause your videos, and write notes on both the top and the bottom. Now, on the side, you will notice that I actually already glued in the paragraph that is for the introduction. So this paragraph starts with, can color be something more than just a smear of pigment on paper? So you want to glue that on there on the side. Don't color it right now because you're going to be coloring it in class. Now, for example, the T for title is green. So when I color the title, The Great Gatsby, I'll be putting a green. But if you colored it, let's say brown, then you'll be putting The Great Gatsby in the color brown. So you'll just have to follow along when we do that in class. Okay, so going on to page 5, we're now in the body paragraph section. So this is the one that starts with topic sentence. So you again want to color them the same color. If you didn't, then you're just going to have to be following along closely. So you're going to be folding the tabs over and then gluing in the paragraph for the body paragraph. This is the one that starts with, from the very beginning of the novel, Gatsby is seen staring off into a green light. So you want to make sure you're putting that paragraph there. This one's pretty easy, and we'll fill the notes out in class, so you don't have to worry about filling those ones out. Now, the conclusion is the 3 R's. You got to make sure that you are putting the correct tabs underneath, because these ones, just like the hat mat, where you have to glue stuff under the tabs. And obviously, you're going to be putting the last paragraph, which is the one that says, in conclusion. It's pretty basic. And you're going to be putting that underneath next to it. So that was on page 6. And then finally on page 7, you should have already written your standard 5-paragraph essay outline. If you didn't, then you need to go ahead and put that in. Now, there was one mistake. I originally said 5 to 7 sentences, but that was the 7th grade outline. You're supposed to, as an 8th grade, you're supposed to put 7 to 10 sentences. So please make sure you do that. Okay, so really quick, you have your table of contents, so you should have written that in. You have your race strategy study guide, what is an analytical essay, second page of what is an analytical essay. Then you have your hat mat introduction, followed by your body paragraph, followed by your conclusion paragraph, and then finally the standard 5-paragraph essay outline. So again, if you needed to revisit something went by too quickly, I know this video is pretty short and sweet, just go ahead and go back to this part that you need and rewatch it and make sure you're pausing so you can take notes.